everybody. Welcome back. Off the Rails podcast. Here we are once again.
Woo-hoo.
Kate and Kelly, ready to hang out with you for a little bit and anxious to get into our conversation. But we welcome you here as always, and really grateful to have you with us.
And it's episode 20.
It's episode 20. Yes.
I feel like we're growing up. We got some episodes behind our back.
We do.
Now,
We do.
We have a lot to learn. Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We still have a lot to learn, that's for sure. But then when you look at, other people that have hundreds,
I know.
it's like, I don't know if I'm cut out for that. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah,
but yeah, welcome to episode 20. And today is actually going to conclude our season for 2025. And we'll be coming back at you sometime next year, 2026.
Right.
So it's been quite the journey.
It has been.
It's been pretty cool.
It's really neat to know we have a community out there.
Yeah.
Like we're in this thing together.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we dive in, just quick, today we're going to be talking about thankful for what? Because it's Thanksgiving week.
Yay.
And the holiday that gets forced upon you where you feel like, oh, apparently I have to be thankful this week, but maybe you're not feeling thankful.
Right.
So we're gonna dive into that a little bit. But before we get there, back to our confession from behind the table.
Yeah.
And I'm up.
Yay.
I'm up today. So this one's been on the list for a while, and we just weren't sure how soon that it would be okay to share it. But again, it's not that big of a deal, but
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah,
So
right.
anyway, we're back in 20. I want to say this was probably 2021. So we're still kind of COVID-ish. And it's the holiday season, so it's Advent, and I think there was a period of time that on Fridays I would bring in a random, not necessarily fancy but obscure bottle of beer and share with our organist pianist Sandy. And I called it Beer Blessing Friday.
Oh,
It may have been even in 2020 in the heart of COVID. I really can't remember, but
Right.
I would go and find kind of a cool, unique craft
with
beer
some crazy name.
not always, but yeah. So I would do this, leave it on her desk, and anyway. So now fast forward to the Advent season, and we're getting close to Christmas. And for Christmas Eve that year, we had decorated our chancel with, there was a manger up there, where the baby Jesus
beautiful.
goes. And it was
Yeah.
really pretty and had this beautiful, like, cascading
Yeah.
drape that came over the manger, and it was all lit
Lights
up. And
and-
it was really,
stunning.
yeah, because what we were going for really that year was just the sense of peace. So it's up there. And at some point, I walk up there and I look in the manger, and there's a bottle of beer that says "Sweet Baby Jesus."
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
And it was all like wrapped in its swaddling clothes, and it was
no.
absolutely hysterical. And actually, I might be remembering this. I can't remember if I put it in there or if Sandy put it in there. I think I put it in there for
Okay.
Sandy
to see it.
find, and
Yeah.
sure enough, she found this bottle of
Sweet
baby Jesus hanging out in the manger right where it was supposed to be on Christmas Eve. So
Oh my gosh.
yes, and then we one of our parishioners, I can't remember how they got there. I don't know if they got their hands on that exact bottle, but I think we shared the story with them. And it was a gentleman. He ended up taking a picture of, his wife took a picture of him with, the Mary,
Yeah, drapes over his head.
whatever,
Yeah,
the
white
head
linen.
covering,
Yeah.
and he was like cradling the bottle
baby.
of Sweet Baby Jesus
Yes.
in his
Yes.
arms, and he's fully bearded up and whatever. It was hilarious. So they sent that picture to us after the fact.
Yeah, they sent
Gave
that
us a nice
picture to
little
me at
chuckle.
1 a.m. in the church parking lot on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
He was like, "Hey, great services tonight. Hope everything went well." And then I was like, "Oh, thanks, Jonathan." It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm
Yeah.
the last one to leave. And he
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, I got a photo for you." And I'm like, "What?" I see that photo and that bottle of beer. I was like,
It's fantastic.
"No." no. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. That picture is the screensaver on our laptop that we use for streaming on Sunday mornings, because Jonathan's one of our operators.
Now it's going to chase him down for the rest of his life.
Exactly. Exactly. So that was fun. So there you go, a little holiday.
Another story where I have no idea what's happening in the church.
Well, that's probably best.
Exactly. I'm like, what the heck?
And another story that we saved for a few years before we made it public, just in case.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
No beer was opened.
No beer was open. No, absolutely not. No,
Oh my
we
goodness.
did not. Not in the church building.
Yeah, there you go.
Not in
That's
the church
all.
building.
That's all that's needed.
Exactly. So like we had already said, our episode for today is simply entitled "Thankful for What?" Because here we are, Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving week of 2025, and it's been a year.
It has been.
It has been a year. Both in the world around us, personal lives, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
And so you kind of come into this week, and I think we all sometimes get this feeling of like,
Right.
okay, well, thankful for what? We've had, and none of this is new, right? This is all, but it just so continued political turmoil and wars around the world and things going on in our different neighborhoods and communities, and just hearing crazy stuff yesterday about these anti-Islamic protests going on in a couple towns over. That's just like, what is going on?
Right.
Why are we like this? So
and there's food insecurity.
The government shutdown that finally just ended. And
So there's our litany of all that's wrong. So
and a short litany. We could sit here and list all that stuff. So so Kelly, you thought it would be perfect that we spend time talking today and concluding our season. Thankful for what? And kind of helping us wrap our heads around that. And I think we've touched definitely on gratitude a lot throughout the season, but really want to focus on this today.
Yeah, and part of it is we have we have every quote unquote right to say, look at the world around us. Yep. It's really rotten, and that's only natural and it's human nature. So then the question becomes, how does faith help us with that? And probably Jesus would like us to have a more fulfilling life than
probably
to be that guy or that girl that's always on the hamster wheel of all that's wrong, and to find things that are good.
Yes,
and it's good. I think too, Jesus, right? So self-care. Jesus came to live for us to have life and for us to have fulfilling life. And a lot of that is found in just following him and staying the course. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad and all those things. But here comes Thanksgiving, and I started this tradition in my family, and I'm just waiting. I'm picturing myself. So my granddaughter, we get all, at the table, and she's like, okay, we get kind of into the meal, and she's like, all right, everybody, let's go around and tell what we're thankful for.
Good. You're raising her up right.
I'm raising her up right, but I'm like, oh man, the question's coming, man.
Yeah. Are you prepared to answer that this year, Kelly?
Exactly. Grandma, pray. Let's eat. And what are we thankful for? I'm like, oh no. So
it was a rough year, child.
Exactly. I'm thankful for you that you're having us required to say what we're thankful for. There also is, I think the question behind the question is, how can we be grateful when life isn't going very well?
Right.
And that's kind of the question I think we're looking at today through scripture and example and story. There's really good, in the psychological world, there's a lot of good data out there about choosing to be grateful and choosing to, you don't have to be happy all the time. And it's not about fake happy. Don't do that. That doesn't work out for anybody. And everyone at your Thanksgiving table will see right through you and go, what is going on? Yeah. So, but there is a choice between kind of wallowing in all that's rotten and saying, you know what, it does. It's really hard, and admit it, and then try to move forward. Okay, what is one thing that has gone right today? What is one thing that I'm looking forward to? and just starting with the one thing and moving up, because there's endorphins with that.
Yeah.
Even like when you're out and about and you like hold a door for somebody, or you say to the cashier, thank you, there's something that happens in the brain that rewires you from being kind of negative to going, oh my gosh. And I think we're all starving for that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, someone opens a door for me. I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
Right? We get
I'll
too
try
excited.
not to hug you.
We get too excited.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Well, this episode's going to be good for me because I just came off of a crappy week last week. Just a variety of things just didn't go well, didn't go right. And, and I remember in the midst of it just being like, okay, now I got to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
I need to just give all this up to God, because really at the heart of it, all these things that just weren't going right are what we like to say the third world problems, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, it's not that big of a deal, and life can be way harder.
Yeah.
But it was just these series of things that I was just like, oh my goodness, and just really had to force myself to okay, give it over to God. It's what you always tell people, and find, the bright spots in the middle.
Sometimes, it's the death by paper cuts. It's the little things, the annoying thing. The printer doesn't work. Oh, when did that happen? Oh, just now.
5 minutes ago. Yeah.
It's those things that really, there's bigger things going on.
But thank you, God, we have a backup printer.
Yes, that's right.
So
see, there you go. There you go, Kate.
Yes.
You're doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, of course, we're going to couch a lot of this in scripture like we always do. So first and foremost, we're going to start out by simply just saying the phrase, thankful for what God has done. So especially when you're in the midst of it, stuff's not going well. And if you're having a hard time finding gratitude in the moment, you can always look back and like, okay, well, look at all these other things that I can be thankful for that have happened to me in the past or whatever. So, the line from Psalm 103, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all my inmost being, praise his holy name. So being mindful in those moments when you're really struggling to find a bright spot for the day, maybe you can recall a bright spot from yesterday.
Right. And that's kind of a way of saying, I'm not going to let these circumstances, most of which I can't control, take over my life. I'm going to remember who God is.
Right.
It's not about all this stuff. It's about who God is. And if I can refocus myself, and I think that sometimes these little verses are great. I looked up another, I went to KJV interpretation, and it said...
Tell people what that is.
King James Version.
There you go. Thanks.
And so this same line... But they said it differently. So, bless the Lord, O my soul, but it changed. And forget not all his benefits.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, benefit package.
So that's sustaining, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different. So King David is writing this, and he's making basically a list of all these benefits. Right. And what would they be? Forgiveness, healing, to begin again.
Right.
To have compassion, and so kind of when you're feeling kind of lost and you're feeling kind of down and out, to look back in the past and to see what God has done.
Correct.
It's that formula. What has God done? What is God doing? And the hope for God to do something in the future.
Yeah. And the promise that he will, even though it might not look like what you want.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of times it doesn't.
Right.
Let me tell you the story of my life. But yeah. So, but it's all good.
It's kind of like the perks of following God.
Well, yes. Yeah,
hey, following God comes with some
benefits,
perks. Let me tell you the benefits.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you had kind of already mentioned it, Kel, but let's dive back into it as far as like all the research and mental health benefits that come with it. And I feel like we have mentioned this before, but definitely worth bringing up again. That just simply being grateful and finding and vocalizing your gratitude, whatever that looks like, or bringing it to mind, even if it's a thought, like, okay, I can be grateful for this, whether you speak it or whether you write it in a gratitude journal. So just doing that, there's a study from the National Institute of Health that just says that gratitude interventions can result in a 35% reduction in depressive symptoms.
Wow.
Depressive symptoms within a few weeks. And a a 23% decrease in the stress hormone cortisol. So that's
significant.
That's scientific.
Yes.
We're not. That's scientific. That talks about the physiology of the brain and then how that affects the rest of your life. It is
kind of like you're rewiring the brain, and it
Yes.
has the possibility to do that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it just shows you how much is a choice. And I will say that often in therapy situations, when people come in, they feel they don't have a choice.
Right.
That's just who they are, and they have to accept it. And in some cases, they look at other people who are trying to help and go, no, this is who I am. And if you can't accept me for who I am, then forget it. I mean, so it can really cost you to not try to implement some of these things. And it's not easy, which, big advocate for therapy, pastors, dear friends you can trust, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and we also fully understand that those of you who are suffering from depression, I mean, it's, please don't think that we're just just be thankful and you'll be fine.
Not at all.
We are not saying that.
Not at all.
We are not saying that. So, other things that it does, it can increase happiness and life satisfaction. It can improve sleep, which how important sleep is to our physiology and our health and well-being. And then it also enhances self-esteem and positive emotions. So definitely good to...
So this is, I think, I don't even think you know this.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, this is exciting.
So, it's so not, but I'm trying to make it sound good. So I have a drawer in my desk. It's the bottom right. And in that drawer, I have saved thank you cards that have come my way ever since I started in the ministry. So we're now to 34 years of cards.
That's a lot of cards.
I haven't saved all of them, but the ones that made a difference when I got them. And I'm still filling the drawer. Yeah. And but it's getting pretty high. And when I'm having a moment where I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm down. I've just spun my wheels. Did I put all these hours into something that really didn't fly?
Right.
And then I'm like,
does anybody care? Is anybody else grateful for what you do?
Right. So I opened the drawer.
That's
I just reach down and just grab a card.
That's cool.
Sometimes it takes 2 or 3, depending on the situation. But there's something about saving things that were given to you and having them out so that when you're having those moments, sometimes just visibly seeing something like, like the grandchildren get to go to the store before Christmas at school. Where you give them $5 and they come back with a loot and they present them like it's Christmas Eve, and it's we all stop and it's like, Grandma, here's what and I'm like, woo, I save all that stuff, I display it. So sometimes those little trinkets make all the difference in a day.
I think I've mentioned this before, and I apologize if I have, but we have a tradition on mission trip called care cards.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to write out a care card to everybody, every participant on the trip, and we make it this big deal that at the end of the trip, like in the very last leg of our travel, everyone gets their package full of all these cards of these really nice things. It's like, hey, we want you throughout the week to find ways that you see Jesus reflected in your fellow mission trippers.
Wow.
And it has become like the thing, even though it's kind of a chore. It's definitely a chore to do it on the trip. And I'm always having to remind my students, make sure you're finding time to write out your care cards.
Right.
But receiving those cards is just their favorite thing. And there was a few years back when the seniors got up to share their final whatever in worship about their final trip. One of my seniors was doing it like giving advice to the students younger than her. And one of the things she says was, hang on to your care cards because you never know when you're going to need them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
I felt like, okay, my ministry is done. I'm good. I have one ministry.
Drop the mic, go home.
Right.
So and do the adults, like the advisors, get
Oh, yeah.
So everybody gets it.
Everybody,
wow.
Yes. And I also try to include other people that we come across on the trip.
Oh, nice.
Like if there's an organization we're working with or whatever.
Yeah.
So the past 2 years, the host at the church that we stayed at, we made sure that he got care cards.
Oh, that's great.
Because it's people that we're
you're working with. Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Sometimes it's the littlest
It is
thing.
it is the little things, and
Right?
gratitude is a little thing,
Yeah.
right? It's a little but big thing. So, yes.
That's great.
Yeah, so the next thing is being thankful for what God is doing. We had just touched on being thankful for who God is and what God has done, but now what is God doing? And this could be a little bit more challenging when you're in, like I already said, when you're in the midst of it.
Because you can't see it.
Yes.
Like it's like God working behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and you can't see it in the moment.
Right.
You can look back on it when you've got through it.
Right.
But in the
when you're in the
moment,
depths, that's really, really, really difficult. So
we have Romans 8:28 reminds us that God works in all things, every situation that is, pain-filled, unfinished. I like 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. Basically, it's give thanks in all circumstances. And then you're like, wait, what?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's a difference between giving thanks in all circumstance and for all circumstance, which I'm not thankful for.
Correct.
The cruddy things that are happening to me. Like, I am not thankful at all for those things.
Right.
So it's like, again, a mind shift to say, but I can be thankful that I have Jesus to help me through all of this. And so not thankful for bad things that happen to you or other people, but I'm thankful that I have Jesus. So I find myself, that's how I'm going to hang on through the hardship is I just know, try to stay with focus on Jesus, which is never easy when you're having a hard time.
No, it is not. No, it is not, especially when you're trying to wake him up when he's sound asleep in the storm. When you're in the midst of your storm and he's just sleeping in the boat.
So great, Kate. You're like, hello.
Right.
Big storm out
he
here.
He doesn't seem to be waking up. It's like, come on,
He's
buddy.
like, you got it. Just hang on.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me 5 more minutes.
I'm still here.
The line I said to my children while traveling miles, 5 more minutes. I don't like it when Jesus says it back to me.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. And when you're not going through it, try and still be thankful. When because I think sometimes when we're just kind of going through life at an easy keel and you're just plugging away, it's also an easy time to forget to be thankful.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's nothing like big and awesome coming your way and that reminds you to be grateful. So just, be thankful in those small times too, when everything's just chugging along.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, I agree. So we kind of talked about thankful in the hard places, explore gratitude in grief, disappointment, or uncertainty. Woo! How on earth do you have gratitude in grief? And that is hard.
Well, let me tell you.
Yes, please.
So that's kind of my example, just what I'm going through right now, just definitely quite frankly, in the depths of grief.
Right.
But it has totally changed my perspective, which is interesting because I'm familiar with grief, but just this time around, it's different. And just my thankfulness, in spite of my heartbreak, is off the charts, I think. And, just so grateful for just the stupidest things and the smallest things. And
like what?
And unfortunately, just every single day and every little text or quiet moments, a moment to read a book, to just, I really can't.
It's like treasuring
life.
It's
literally, it really is. It really is. So, and being very excited for things that I haven't been, because you kind of get to that place when you become an adult.
Right.
Remember when you were a kid and you would get excited. Like I remember, mom and dad say, "Oh, okay, we're going on vacation in like 3 days. Go grab your suitcase." And the excitement was or the waiting for Christmas morning for a month.
Oh my gosh.
That month between seeing Santa Claus come to town on Thanksgiving Day and the Detroit Thanksgiving parade. And just that wait was just excruciating, right? Because you were just so excited. And now, I've always enjoyed those things and I always look forward to Christmas and whatever, but it's not that same sense of excitement where I felt as a kid, because as an adult, you've got a lot to do and
Right.
whatever. But I almost feel like a kid again, just being really excited for the holidays in a way that I haven't been before. And that's ironic because I'm also not looking forward to the holidays because of my grief.
Yeah.
So it's
Especially the first time around,
so I'm just
right?
thinking, I'm just very thankful in this time.
Maybe more introspective, maybe?
Sure.
No?
We'll go with that. Yeah, probably.
You know?
So there you go. So I am finding gratitude, ironically enough, really easy in this time of grief.
Wow. Maybe because you just missed it because life was busy and maybe you missed out on seeing things kind of thing.
Probably. And I
grief
don't
has a
want to do
way
that.
of-
I don't, I don't want to, I don't have any regrets, but I just, I think it's just made me way more present, and in being more present, more thankful.
That's great.
There you go.
Ooh, that's hard.
What you got, Kel?
Yeah. Well, so I have a situation where my mother I put her in hospice about 3 weeks ago, and she's 380 miles away from me. And that's a daily reminder. And I talk to her staff and I do that. But up till now, the year has been a year of selling a house and getting my dad in a place. And it's just been exhausting. So it's like living in two lives at one time. Right. And I'm the only kid. So, but I find now that the house is sold and he's in a good place, that now I get to go and I get to sit at her bed, or sometimes she loves me to climb into bed and we lay in bed and have like the grandkids call and I'm holding up a phone and she thinks that's the best thing in the world. But the grief of watching her disappear from dementia, weight loss, and it feels like I've now gotten through this unimaginable to-do list, and now I get to do what I've longed to do, which is just sit with her and be with her as much as possible until she goes to Jesus. So, but definitely in the last month, like I'm in worship and I'm going in good, and all of a sudden a song plays. One of our little kids does something in the the chat or the Lord's Prayer, and all of a sudden I'm getting really misty, and I kind of go away for a minute. What do they call that? A mind vacation, or you're
Sure.
where you're just like gone, like you're there in body, but you're but yeah. So I find that now the grief is starting to be able to come because the house is sold and the tasks are done, and I've kind of been waiting now for this grief to be able to come and for me to have time with her and to just, to see her. And I'm really good at seeing her when I'm there, but we're always running off to do 10 things, and it's going to be good not to do that.
Right.
So that sounds awful, but good. Good for us both.
But it's life. It's and they are the things that you're going to have to go through.
Right.
I mean,
right. Like I will never forget now and we had to cut her bed like down because she was falling out of bed. Yeah. So we cut 12 inches off this bed. So it's this beautiful, beautiful bed set that's been like whacked down. And when I hopped in bed with her, it was like the best thing. It was like, she thought it was the funniest thing. And my bad knees, I'm like, okay, let me get out, roll on the floor. So there's where you find, that memory is painful. It brings me joy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So it's thankful for the ordinary small graces. Is kind of what
that is well said.
Well, it's in our notes. I didn't come up with that.
Wow.
I think you came up with
I'm like, dang, that was good.
Thank you.
It must be me.
Right.
Kidding.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's where I am, just thankful for those small graces. And I think that's where you are too.
Yeah.
And it's just life transitions. And
I think too, I like to know what I'm doing next year on Tuesday from 4 to 6, so what it's done is you can't possibly do that after a year where you're just constantly responding. So I've learned to say, which, this is therapy 101. So in the morning, what do I need today? Okay. What do I need today before this day whisks me away? So, and I haven't done that in a long time. And that helps kind of, I don't know, grounds me a little bit more,
Yes.
What do I need today?
Yes. So no good transition there, but we're just going to head right into, thankful for who God is. And that takes some time to to be mindful of, not necessarily mindful, but to really know who God is. There's so many different pictures and descriptions of God, and but to truly know God's character, and it's really helpful. So we know that He is a God of goodness and faithfulness and mercy and grace and love and all these things. So when you're able to focus on that, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. It's helpful. Sometimes
too, I think Bible application means everything, and we're really good. We like our devotions, and we get all excited when we get new devotions at the beginning of the year. It's like going back to school, and the books are all crisp and that. and we're kind of leaning on devotions maybe we wouldn't have leaned on before. How to find the ordinary days of life.
Right.
And I think devotions are really good. And if you like a particular speaker, author, many of them have devotions.
Right.
And you can listen to it when you drive, when you're moving, or you can, have it in book form. But I really like it when they're talking about scripture, and then the whole devotion explains what that is.
Right.
So it's one thing to talk about grace, and it's another thing to being able to apply it or see it.
Right.
And I think that is really helpful. If you don't have a lifestyle where you can sit and read, all these things are on audio, everything. I just love it. You can take yourself through the day.
Yeah. You can also find really great devotions that are quick. They're just one page, and they're not even 8.5 by 11 page.
Yeah.
They're small. And so I found something interesting is I often will repeat devotions. So I've got a handful of different Jesus Calling and Oswald Chambers' book. I can't remember what that one was called, but the 365-day devotions. And I kind of have a set group of them that and I'll write at the end of the year, I'll write what year I read it in.
Really?
So that I can go back and
I've cool.
Found it really interesting when I come across a devotion. So for today's date, 5 years ago, I happened to underline whatever line, but in this moment, as I read it, I'm like, that line doesn't strike me at all.
Okay.
So I have found that devotions still speak to you in different ways based on whatever you're going through in life. So it's easy to repeat devotions, at least in my mind.
Yeah.
Because they're going to speak to me in different ways than stuff did a couple years ago or will
absolutely
a few years from now. So anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes. So find yourself a good devotional.
Yeah, there's so many out there.
Yes.
It's really good.
So
and apps as well. Like the U version is really good. It's a great app, and they have lots of choices, and you can pick what you want to do. That's a really good one. So there are things out there, Audible.
Yep.
Just really great stuff.
Yes, plenty. Yeah, so it's also taking a moment to look around you and being thankful for thankful for the unseen work of God. Oftentimes it's really easy to obviously be thankful for the things that we see and know. But how often do you think about those things that you can be thankful for that you don't see? Because God is always, we believe, theologically speaking, that God is always working on our behalf, but it doesn't mean we're actually seeing what God is up to.
Right.
But being mindful and that, God's working on my behalf right now.
There's your faith right there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to trust.
So I'm going to be thankful for that. You get through a day unscathed, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Right.
Do you ever stop and thank God for His protection?
Yeah.
For that day.
Right.
So yeah, it's being mindful of those things that we're not always seeing or experiencing.
I have found too. I was not a big proponent of this. I don't know why, but especially since it's on our social media from church.
Okay.
Is the breathing.
Oh,
and
it doesn't do a lot for me either, but it's good. Some people love it.
And actually, what I have found in the last couple of weeks, because we've had just a lot of hours at work the last couple of weeks, what I found is taking a moment to breathe. And someone had mentioned to me, or I heard it maybe on a podcast, that you breathe out all the stress. Like I'm in my
Negative,
car, I'm
yeah.
sitting in my office. I just take a moment and breathe out all the junk and the negative.
Yeah.
And then I breathe in that Christ is with me. So it's like you go through this process, like breathe out. It's almost like empty your cup, fill up your cup. Empty your cup, fill up your cup.
Right.
And just the act of breathing does a lot
Yeah.
for calming and anxiety. And so I'm a breather now, Kate.
Well, and just simply, like, how often do you think about breathing?
Right.
You don't.
You don't. Yeah.
And if you're not breathing, that's not good. But your breath gives you life, and it just happens without you even thinking about it. How cool is that?
I know.
You can
It's
just be
great.
thankful for every breath you take.
Right. Hey, there's a song.
Every breath you take,
Woo! Singing with Kate and Kellie.
word you make.
And that's why we're doing podcasting and not singing.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's one practical takeaway. And we wrote down a few more here. There's always the name 3 things that God gave you today. And sometimes you got to start with one.
Okay.
At the end of the day, your head's hitting the pillow, you're going to sleep. What's one thing? Start with one. What's one thing that was good in the day, even if it takes you a little while to find it?
Yes. I think, what's that? Is it called examine? It's a spiritual practice, examine, where you examine your day. You look behind you and take a look at those places where God was at work, those blessings, those things that you can be grateful for. So, like,
That's great.
putting your head on your pillow and just examining your day. Examine. So, ancient spiritual practice.
Ooh, that's great.
Give it a whirl.
Okay. I'm all about the ancient. Feeling kind of ancient. Just kidding.
Nice. Yes. Okay. Keep going, because I kind of lost where you were.
So gratitude psalms. Read one psalm of thanksgiving each morning, and the psalms. It's not all Psalm 119 that goes on for pages. These
Right.
The psalms of thanksgiving are a section. So literally, you could go to your phone and go, "Give me a psalm of thanksgiving," and have one right at your fingertips. And just to have a moment to read, this could be anywhere. You're getting your shoes on, you first get in the car, whatever you're doing, just one gratitude psalm. And the psalms are really good at spelling out emotions.
Right.
They're really good. That's probably, it's the psalm writers, King David and others, are not afraid to tell God exactly how they feel, good, bad, or otherwise. And there's something about that that's so relatable. So a psalm of thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So if it's okay, I kind of want to jump back up to so kind of the final point in the midst of our takeaways is to figure out how to be thankful when you don't feel like it.
Right.
And I know we kind of maybe touched on it a little bit, but there's the Bible is full of plenty of people that were going through it and still found ways to still be thankful. So you're not alone, and God gets it. If you're not feeling, if you're just not feeling it today, it's okay.
Right.
And like you said, with the psalm writers, just being brutally honest with God, so can you.
Yeah.
Can be honest with, man, I just didn't find anything good today, Lord, and ask God to reveal it to you, whatever it is. So,
and then give yourself grace if you can't find.
Good idea.
Yep. Maybe it takes you a little while to figure out what the good is through all of that. And sometimes, pain of grief, loss, it overrides everything. Like it's almost like it can shut down your body, your mental health, and to just say, hey, Jesus, I need a little light in this darkness. And
for any of you going through any kind of like sickness or treatment or whatever, where if you're constantly in pain or constantly sick from chemo or God bless you.
Yeah. There's a lot of prayer warriors out there.
Can't imagine what that must be like. I've never had to experience that. So I can't imagine what that would be like 24/7 to be in pain and sick and
or being a caretaker of somebody like that. And again, it's like every moment, so, a lot of times it's just those one sentence prayers or just, getting in your head with your thoughts and going, oh my goodness gracious. So sometimes, my daughter had cancer twice, and there were days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot take you putting a needle in my baby's head. Like, how do I do this? And then the thought came, well, I don't want anybody else to do it. if she's got to endure
Right.
it, I want to be standing here. So
Right.
God, give me the strength to do this, because there's just so much that happens when you're under care with cancer and all that kind of thing. And really what we found is it's the gift card, it's the food dropped off, it's the, it's whatever it is, the text, the encouraging, and
Right.
those, like you said, those things become really big when you're in the midst of a storm,
Yep.
So it's like, oh man. And so, but just to be able to just tell Jesus how it is.
Yep. And I'd also like to encourage you all to find just one line of scripture that's encouraging, or something that you can easily memorize that's just always right at the top of your head, or the breath prayer, like it's mentioned here, Lord, make me thankful. Or I've got a good friend of mine that always talked about his breath prayer was just simply, Jesus, my Lord. Just speaking his name, and then also the title of Lord just kind of says, hey, you're the Lord of my life. Just take this, just whatever this moment is, and why for whatever reason why you're saying that, Jesus, my Lord. It's an act of surrender and humility and mindfulness and gratitude of that you don't have to have it all together.
Right. And
that there is a Lord of your life.
There's those little one-line scriptures are great. Yeah. So lately, the last week or so, my one-liner is Jesus going, enough is enough for today. I'm like, whoa, enough is enough for today.
Right.
Don't go into tomorrow. We're still here. We're still working on today.
Exactly.
Let's just stay where we are. Let's not go forward.
Yes.
I have a friend, Tawana. She's a hoot. And she loves the line, Jesus wept, the shortest scripture verse, Jesus wept. And here's what she does. She has taken that line and redeemed it for me. I love that. I love that Jesus wept. It's beautiful. And so, but in that, you'll be just like hanging out, talking, and she'll be like, oh, what's happening in the world? And someone will say, yeah. And she'll go, Jesus wept. And it's like this hilarious thing. So finally I'm like, you need to have an alternative verse, man. Jesus cannot be crying all the time.
Exactly.
But it would lend itself, you're like, oh, this is what happened. Woe is me. Woe is it? She's like, Jesus wept. I don't know. It's so funny.
Yeah. So another takeaway for you all is to use gratitude as intercession. So basically thank God in advance of the way in which he's working in and through your situation. So if you can kind of get yourself to that place of knowing that God's working on your behalf, and just be thankful that, okay, God, I don't know what you're doing right now,
right?
But I'm confident you're doing something, and I'm just going to be thankful for whatever the conclusion of this situation is going to look like. So
that's important. It makes me think of just practical. We offer prayers on Sunday for folks that are about to go through something.
Yeah, right.
And there's just something about that. And it's bigger than you. You don't have to do it alone.
And that's the importance of community.
Yeah, so important. So we're going to pray before, we're going to pray during, we're going to pray after.
Yep.
Just to kind of keep those prayers going.
Yep, exactly. And then finally, gratitude as a check-in. So it's sort of like we just talked about with at the end of your day, the examine prayer or whatever. Just check in and kind of take a look back and okay, well, where was God? Where did I see God at work? What can I be thankful for? So gratitude check-in.
Yeah, so I wrote this little line, gratitude becomes a lifestyle, not a holiday. Thanksgiving is more than a day or an attitude. It's a relationship. It's a relationship with God. And it's the idea is, yes, I love my Thanksgiving. My son-in-law does all the cooking. I show up with dessert. How blessed am I?
Right.
Those years of yesteryear I'm now rewarded. So I just love it. But to try to instill that in all the many ways that we've shared. And you know what? And if you have ideas about, please share them.
Share them with us. We'd love to hear it.
What do you do that helps you when you're not, feeling very thankful and you're just trying your best? What do you do? Please, let us know.
Yeah,
we'd love to share those.
Absolutely. Well, Kel, I am thankful that we're here, that we did this season and we set out on this adventure. And now we're wrapping it up. So it's kind of cool
We're like babies in this world.
to look back and right.
We've taken our first steps.
Yep. And thankful for those who have reached out. Even for those of you who have been critical and, of a variety of things that we do. That's
right.
It's all good. Guess what? God still loves you.
Yes.
Whether you agree with what we say or not.
Right.
But I've just been thankful for the stuff that we've learned and the time that we've spent together and with our community, and thankful for the kind of stretching us. Yeah,
I'll say with our faith.
New area. So,
right. And it's just so we want you to know that we pray for you and we're thankful for you, and you're why we're here. Yep. So as you go into Thanksgiving and you're like, I don't know, say, man, Kate and Kellie from that podcast really like me.
Make sure you're thankful for us.
They think
if you
I'm
got
great.
Nothing else to be thankful for, you could be thankful for us. Just totally
gosh.
Kidding. Totally kidding, people.
We're cracking up
totally
today.
Kidding. Yes.
We're giving you the gift of laughter today.
That's right.
Oh, my.
All right, Kel, well, bless us out of here.
All right, sounds good. Here is a blessing. Take a deep breath. May the God who meets us in our honest questions, even the ones that sound like thankful for what, open your eyes to the quiet mercies you didn't notice yesterday. May God show you the gifts hidden in ordinary days, the strength that carried you, the breath that filled your lungs, the people who stood by you, and the grace that held you even when life felt thin. When gratitude feels hard, may God patiently teach your heart to see again, to recognize his goodness in small amounts, to remember his faithfulness in long seasons, and to trust his love when the path ahead is unclear. And as you go, may the Lord bless you with gratitude that is deeper than circumstance, stronger than discouragement, and rooted in the unchanging kindness of Christ. Go in peace, go in joy, go with a thankful heart, because God is with you, and that is always something to be thankful for. Amen.
Amen. Excellent. Thank you. All right, friends, God bless you all. May your Thanksgiving, may your Christmas, may your New Year be blessed, be full of gratitude.
Yeah.
And may 2026 be all that I just said.
Exactly. God bless you all.
We'll see you next year.
All right.
Hey.